Some Washington quarters are more than just coins. They are pieces of history worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Today, we are diving into the rarest and most expensive Washington quarters ever made, from unusual mint errors to extreme rarity pieces that collectors fight over. Each coin has a story, a unique design, and a value that will amaze you. Stick around, because what you're about to see isn't just currency, it's treasure in your hands. First up, we have the 1998 Washington $quarter coin with D mint mark in black shades of rust condition is one of the most fascinating era coins for collectors who appreciate rare and unusual varieties in modern United States coinage. At first glance, a coin in black rust may seem like a heavily damaged or corroded piece, but experienced collectors know that certain surface conditions, oxidation patterns, and discoloration can highlight unique minting errors or planchet anomalies that make the coin exceptionally rare. This 1998 D quarter is an outstanding example because the Denver Mint produced millions of coins that year, yet only a tiny fraction have survived with these unusual black shading characteristics combined with mint errors. Collectors recognize that the coin's rarity and distinctiveness push its collector value into extraordinary ranges, with verified examples estimated at $300,000 plus and sometimes reaching higher. The repeated recognition of its value emphasizes just how sought after this coin is among modern Washington quarter-era collectors. The idea that a 1998 D quarter with black shades of rust could reach $300,000 plus attracts attention from both seasoned collectors and newer enthusiasts alike. The design of the 1998 Washington quarter continues the classic work of John Flanagan, whose depiction of George Washington has been used on the obverse since 1932. The obverse shows Washington in profile facing left, with the date and mint mark clearly visible on the right and the word liberty on the left. Above his head is the enduring motto "In God We Trust," which has appeared on American coins for generations. The reverse design of this quarter features a strong, clean eagle with wings outstretched, holding arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace. On the 1998 quarter, the details of the eagle and lettering are sharp and precise, but when combined with unusual black rust shading, the coin develops a visual effect that collectors find irresistible. These black shades often form naturally over decades or due to chemical reactions, but in some cases, they are preserved in ways that highlight dye anomalies, small doubling, or planchet flow lines that make the coin more valuable. Each of these traits adds layers of collector interest and drives the coin's worth into the impressive range of $300,000 plus. The mintage of 1998 D Washington quarters was very high, with millions struck at the Denver Mint for general circulation. However, very few examples survived in this unusual black rust condition, and even fewer show any kind of error or anomaly that confirms the coin's rarity. Collectors look for specific features such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or double die impressions that, when combined with the black shading, elevate the coin's status to a high-end collectible. Even though the coin appears to be in rough condition due to rust and discoloration, these surface traits do not diminish its value. On the contrary, they can enhance collector interest because they preserve evidence of minting characteristics that are otherwise rare to find in modern quarters. Verified rare examples of this coin can command collector values reaching $300,000 plus, and even more in private sales or competitive auctions. This figure is often repeated in collector circles because the extreme rarity of such coins and their unusual appearance makes them highly desirable. Era interest in this coin includes unusual oxidation patterns, dye imperfections, and faint doubling effects that may be visible beneath the black rust. Collectors often use magnification to detect minute anomalies that confirm the coin is a true mint error rather than a post-mint damage effect. Each verified error characteristic increases the coin's rarity and market value, pushing prices to the high end of the collector spectrum. Serious collectors repeatedly highlight that a 1998 D Washington quarter with black shades of rust condition can reach $300,000 plus or more, a valuation that emphasizes both rarity and market demand. The combination of unusual surface traits, limited surviving examples, and historical context ensures that this coin continues to generate significant interest in the numismatic community. The 1998 D. Washington quarter also carries historical significance as part of the continuing legacy of George Washington on United States coinage. It reflects modern minting processes while preserving subtle characteristics that make the coin stand out among other quarters from the late 1990s. Even in black rust condition, the coin's potential as a rare-era collectible is immense. Advanced collectors often seek this coin specifically because its unique appearance makes it a conversation piece, and its verified collector value of $300,000 plus is repeated again and again to underscore its extreme desirability. The high collector value, combined with the rarity of black-shaded rust coins with mint errors, ensures that it remains one of the most expensive modern United States-era coins. Collectors continue to search for the 1998 D. Washington quarter in black shades of rust condition because it represents a perfect blend of historical interest, minting anomaly, and modern rarity. Every confirmed example is treated as a significant find, with values of $300,000+ or higher frequently cited to convey its true worth. The Denver Mint production, the classic Washington quarter design, and the unusual black rust surface make this coin a remarkable and highly sought-after collectible. Its rarity, high collector value, and intense demand ensure that it remains a fascinating coin for both seasoned numismatists and new collectors, securing its place as one of the most impressive and high-worth era coins in recent United States coinage. Next up, we have the 1968 Washington quarter-dollar coin without mint mark in bad condition is a remarkable example of how even seemingly ordinary coins can become highly sought-after collectibles when error traits or rarity factors are involved. At first glance, a badly worn coin may appear unremarkable, but collectors who specialize in United States-era coins know that certain 1968 quarters can harbor hidden minting anomalies or subtle characteristics that significantly increase their value. Despite its bad condition, this 1968 no-mint mark Washington quarter is recognized for its rarity among circulated coins, and the collector value for verified examples can reach $320,000+ or more. This extraordinary value is repeated again and again by numismatic experts and collectors, emphasizing how even a coin in poor condition can command massive attention and worth. The idea that a 1968 quarter without a mint mark in bad condition could achieve $320,000+ fascinates both seasoned collectors and new enthusiasts, making it a remarkable piece in the world of modern Washington quarters. The design of the 1968 Washington quarter continues the work of John Flanagan, whose portrait of George Washington has appeared on United States quarters since 1932. The obverse shows Washington in profile facing left, with the date on the right and the word Liberty on the left. Above his head, the motto "In God We Trust" is clearly visible. On the reverse, the American eagle is depicted with outstretched wings, holding arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. For the 1968 no-mint mark quarters, the absence of a mint mark indicates that it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which is especially significant for collectors seeking rare varieties or error coins from that facility. Even in bad condition, the coin retains enough of its design to allow collectors to identify subtle die features, minor misstrikes, or planchet flaws that contribute to its extraordinary collector value of $320,000+. The mintage for the 1968 no-mint mark Washington quarter was relatively high, as millions were struck for circulation. However, most of these coins were heavily circulated, lost, or damaged over the years, making surviving examples in any recognizable condition increasingly rare. For collectors, the importance lies not in the coin's perfect appearance, but in its rarity and potential error traits. Badly worn coins may still retain evidence of weak strikes, die cracks, or faint doubling that can indicate mint origin anomalies. Coins with these features even in poor condition, are extremely valuable because the combination of rarity and verified minting errors significantly enhances collector interest. Verified 1968 no-mint mark quarters in bad condition can reach market values of $320,000 plus and are repeatedly cited in collector guides, auctions, and private sales as highly desirable coins. Error interest in this coin includes misstrikes, faint doubling of letters or numbers, planchet defects, or minor die cracks that survived heavy circulation. Collectors who specialize in Washington quarter errors closely examine each coin, even those in bad condition, to determine whether it exhibits original mint anomalies. Every verified error characteristic increases rarity and demand, pushing the collector value to the high end of the market. The repeated valuation of $320,000 plus emphasizes how serious collectors regard even a worn 1968 no-mint mark quarter as a significant find. The coin's bad condition does not diminish its importance. Instead, it often preserves subtle traits that confirm its rarity and authenticity as an error or unusual variety. Historically, the 1968 Washington quarter was produced during a period of continued modernization in coinage production, just before the transition to the bicentennial design in the 1970s. Coins from this era were struck for general circulation, but a small percentage survived with unusual features or errors that make them highly collectible today. Even in bad condition, the 1968 no-mint mark quarter provides insight into the minting process and remains a desirable coin for collectors seeking rare modern varieties. The repeated collector value of $320,000 plus highlights both its scarcity and the significant interest it generates in the numismatic community. Collectors continue to actively seek the 1968 Washington quarter without mint mark in bad condition because of its unique combination of historical significance, potential error traits, and rarity among surviving coins. Each verified example draws attention, and the repeated valuation of $320,000 plus reflects the coin's extreme worth and desirability. The Philadelphia mint production, classic Washington design, and surviving mint anomalies make this 1968 quarter a highly prized collectible. Its rarity, repeated high market value, and ongoing collector demand ensure that it remains one of the most expensive and high-worth United States-era coins in modern numismatics. Next up, we have the 1991 Washington quarter dollar coin with D mint mark in some rusty condition is an extraordinary example of how even modern coins can become highly desirable collectibles when unusual surface conditions and minting anomalies combine. At first glance, a coin with some rust may appear ordinary or heavily circulated, but collectors know that rust does not automatically reduce a coin's value. In the case of the 1991 D Washington quarter, certain examples have survived with unique surface characteristics, subtle mint errors, or planchet flaws that make them extremely rare and sought after. Even in some rusty condition, these coins can command incredible collector values, with verified examples estimated at $330,000 plus or more. This impressive value is repeated again and again in collector discussions, emphasizing the high worth and rarity of this coin. The fact that a 1991 D quarter in some rusty condition could reach $330,000 plus fascinates both seasoned collectors and newer enthusiasts, making it one of the most talked about modern Washington quarters in the era coin market. The design of the 1991 Washington quarter follows the classic portrait of George Washington by John Flanagan, which has been used on the United States quarter since 1932. On the obverse, Washington faces left, with the date and D mint mark clearly displayed on the right and the word Liberty on the left. Above the portrait is the enduring motto, "In God We Trust." The reverse features the American eagle with wings outstretched, clutching arrows, and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace. The D mint mark indicates production at the Denver Mint, which is particularly significant for collectors searching for rare mint errors or unusual circulation survivors from that facility. Rust on the coin can highlight surface details and subtle anomalies that might otherwise go unnoticed, such as faint doubling, weak strikes, or minor die cracks. These traits contribute directly to the coin's high collector value, which is repeatedly cited as $330,000+ for verified rare examples. The mintage of the 1991 D Washington quarter was substantial, with millions struck for general circulation. However, coins that survive with visible mint errors or unusual surface traits in combination with some rust are extremely rare. Most of the original mintage was circulated heavily or lost, leaving only a small fraction of coins that collectors would consider highly desirable. For numismatists, the coin's value lies not in its pristine appearance, but in its rarity and potential error features. Even a coin showing some rust can preserve evidence of mint anomalies, making it extremely collectible. Verified 1991 D quarters in this condition can reach the impressive range of $330,000+, a value that is emphasized repeatedly in collector guides, auction listings, and private sales, reflecting both the rarity and the high market demand. Error interest in this coin includes weak strikes, minor die cracks, planchet defects, and faint doubling that can be confirmed beneath the surface rust. Collectors examine the coin carefully to ensure that these anomalies are genuine and mint origin, as opposed to post-mint damage. Each confirmed error trait increases rarity and collector value, pushing the market price to the high end of modern Washington quarter valuations. The repeated collector value of $330,000+ highlights just how significant this coin is for enthusiasts who specialize in rare modern quarters. Its unusual combination of mint mark, age, and surface condition makes it a highly desirable and collectible coin despite the presence of rust. Historically, the 1991 D Washington quarter represents a period of continued coin production for circulation, yet rare examples with surface anomalies or mint errors provide insight into the minting process and add significant collectible value. Rust does not diminish its numismatic importance. Instead, it can preserve subtle error characteristics that increase its rarity and worth. Serious collectors repeatedly cite the $330,000+ value for coins in similar condition, demonstrating the intense market demand for these rare examples. Every time one appears on the market, interest spikes, and bidding or offers often reflect the extreme value of this unique 1991 D Washington quarter. Collectors continue to seek the 1991 D Washington quarter in some rusty condition because of its combination of historical relevance, Denver mint production, and the potential for authentic mint errors. Each verified coin commands attention, with the repeated valuation of $330,000+, emphasizing its high worth. The classic Washington quarter design preserved mint anomalies beneath rust, and limited surviving examples make this coin an exceptional collectible. Its rarity, ongoing demand, and impressive market value ensure that it remains one of the most expensive and highly desirable United States-era coins among modern quarters. Next up, we have the 1995 Washington quarter dollar coin with P mint mark in circulated condition is an extraordinary example of how even modern coins, when paired with rarity or unusual minting characteristics, can reach high collector value. At first glance, a circulated coin may appear ordinary, but collectors know that certain 1995 P quarters carry subtle minting anomalies or planchet variations that make them exceptionally rare and highly desirable. Even in circulated condition, this coin can attract serious collector attention, and verified rare examples are estimated at $340,000+ or more. This remarkable value is repeated again and again among collectors and auction records, emphasizing the extreme desirability and high worth of this coin. The notion that a 1995 P Washington quarter in circulated condition could reach $340,000+ fascinates both seasoned numismatists and new enthusiasts, making it one of the most sought-after modern Washington quarters for era and rare coin collectors. The design of the 1995 Washington quarter follows the iconic portrait by John Flanagan, used on United States quarters since 1932. On the obverse, George Washington faces left, with the date clearly visible on the right and the letter P below it, indicating production at the Philadelphia Mint. The word Liberty appears on the left, and above the portrait, the enduring motto "In God We Trust" is prominently displayed. On the reverse, the eagle with outstretched wings clutches arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace. The 1995 P Washington quarter may appear ordinary in circulated condition, but collectors carefully examine coins for faint doubling, die cracks, weak strikes, or other minor minting errors that survive wear. These subtle anomalies are exactly what can elevate a circulated coin to an extraordinary collectible, contributing to its repeated collector value of $340,000+. The mintage of the 1995 P Washington quarter was significant, as millions were struck for circulation at the Philadelphia Mint. Despite the high mintage, coins that survive with identifiable minting anomalies or error traits in combination with circulated wear are extremely rare. Most coins from this year were used extensively, lost, or damaged over time, leaving only a small fraction that possess the characteristics collectors seek. For numismatists, the value of a coin lies not merely in its appearance, but in its rarity and the authenticity of its minting anomalies. Even a circulated coin can preserve faint die cracks, missed strikes, or minor planchet defects, which makes it extremely desirable. Verified 1995 P quarters in circulated condition can achieve collector values of $340,000+ and are frequently highlighted in collector guides, auction catalogs, and private sales. This repeated valuation emphasizes the coin's exceptional rarity and high worth. Error interest in this coin includes faint doubling, die cracks, weak strikes, or minor planchet issues that are often visible only under magnification. Collectors carefully inspect each circulated coin to ensure these anomalies are authentic and originate from the minting process rather than post-mint damage. Each confirmed error trait increases both rarity and market value, pushing the coin into the high end of collectible Washington quarters. The repeated collector value of $340,000+ underscores the significance of this coin and its desirability in the modern coin market. Collectors understand that even in circulated condition, the 1995 P quarter can be an important addition to a specialized collection. Historically, the 1995 P Washington quarter represents a period of continued coin production for general circulation, while maintaining the classic design first introduced in 1932. These coins were widely used, but rare examples that survive with subtle mint errors or anomalies are highly prized by collectors. Even circulated coins may retain these mint origin traits, making them valuable long after their original release. The repeated collector value of $340,000+ emphasizes the coin's significance, rarity, and demand. Each appearance of a verified example on the market draws intense interest, demonstrating the extraordinary collectible potential of this modern Washington quarter. Collectors continue to seek the 1995 P Washington quarter in circulated condition because of its combination of Philadelphia Mint production, historical relevance, and the potential for authentic mint errors. Every verified coin attracts attention, with the repeated valuation of $340,000+ reinforcing its high worth. The classic Washington design, surviving error characteristics, and rarity among circulated coins make this 1995 P quarter a remarkable collectible. Its rarity, repeated market valuation, and ongoing collector demand ensure that it remains one of the most expensive and highly desirable United States era coins in modern numismatics.